There's a lot of activity today in ES, and there was a lot of opportunities to get in using just some standard price action trading system setups. And I want to go over just a couple that I saw that were kind of interesting from a order flow perspective, and just talk specifically about something that I was looking at based on some of Pete's comments to one of my other videos, which are found on his blog. If we take a look at what's happened here for the day, we had a kind of a early morning pre-market run up, and a lot of times these get reversed, so it's not unusual to see kind of a early morning move one way or the other, and then the market, when they come in, they start taking it the other way. And that's kind of what happened here. You can see we're working down in the channel. We've had some new lows, and now we kind of have a really awkward looking second entry short. We have all these doji bars here, which show indecision. My trend line for my first two swings doesn't quite line up. I'm almost thinking this is going to come up a little bit further. I'm not quite sure of that though. So I ended up not taking this trade. I got scared off by the dojis and by this line, expecting it to come a little bit higher, and it didn't do that. But I want to show, now that I look at it afterwards, I just want to show something here that's kind of interesting. If you look at the order flow that's happening, take a look right up here at these levels, 71.25, actually 71, 71.25. And notice here that, I'll just pause this real quick so we're not distracted. But notice here that we had 129 buyers to 755 sellers at this 25.50 level. And then we had 8,000 sellers to 1,400 buyers at the next level down. And you can see that there was a lot of bull strength coming all the way up here to these levels. And then all of a sudden the bull strength just died off completely. And once it died off, we had the dojis, and we have a setup, a possible second entry short setup. So and kind of taking some of Pete's comments, I was thinking, well, gee, I wonder if this is kind of a clue for a setup of how I can kind of anticipate when I've reached a top part of a level and I can see something that's about to turn. And sure enough, we get all these big orders that came in here. So you can see the big players starting to come in here. You see the weakening in the bids, the offer strengthen up. At this point, I'd be in here at 69.75. You can even get in at 70. And price ended up from here just completely taking off, and for the rest of the day. So a good clue here to kind of identify turning points, and if they correspond to a standard setup or standard entry, that's even all the more better. So we'll just take a look at this for a second. You can see price continue to move down, hits this level, pauses a little bit, but you'll see it continue, and you can see the sellers just continue to add to these levels and add to these areas here. And as long as I'm seeing strong sellers coming through, that look at all this strength coming through here. So it was a great trade, and possibly a good clue in looking at future setups. Okay, so here we are. We've kind of moved down a little bit further, and I have another example of what happened to the just previous trade. You can see up here, this is where our trade was. It came all the way down here. And you can see here from the price action that what we have is we just have this kind of tight range through here, overlap, and we have a break below, and then we have a break back above as a double top to this high. So we have kind of a breakout pullback to a double top and the EMA, which is kind of a decent trade. Now, again, if we take a look at what's happening here from a price action perspective, there's a possible setup, but you're not really sure. You're not really confident. Is this one leg or is this two legs? Well, we come over here, we take a look at the order flow, and look what we have going here. We have it hitting these top areas, these top levels, and the buyers can't get above the 25.50 level, the 67.25, 67.50. We've got huge sellers coming in, 1,600 versus 56.83 at that 25.50 level. We've got 73.05 to 86.98, but all these others, you can see that we had stronger bull strength coming all the way up, and then all of a sudden the bull strength went from from being, the bulls went from being strong to being weak. You can see our strength meter increasing, and now all of a sudden people start jumping in here. Bids weaken, and this was a good breakout pullback. Hard to take this, especially when you're looking at the tape and you're seeing these large trades come through. But again, look at these numbers up here: 5,683 sell executions versus 1,600 up here. Clearly this was a point that the bears were trying to defend, and they still keep coming. And again, eventually, once it worked through this area, you got the bulls out of the way, and they were, they pretty much took off after that. So again, another example of taking a look at these key areas and looking for a reversal in the strength from one to the other.